When did shunning begin? When did the Amish community start to shun? We have to go all the way back to the beginning of the movement, the Protestant Reformation. You can see a video above. But back in 1525 is when the Reformation took place. The Anabaptists differed from other Christians, and most significantly in two different ways. They believed in adult baptism, which went against the beliefs of Catholics and other Protestants at the time, and they insisted on a free church separate from state interference. Later, in the late 1600s, there was an Anabaptist leader called Jacob Ammon and his followers, and they promoted shunning, which actually led to a split from the Swiss Anabaptists. So they were part of the Mennonite group. And then later, because of this, because of Jacob and his promotion of shunning, then they became their own Amish group. So 1693, shunning took place with the Amish group. Before I discuss reasons that the Amish would shun their members, I'd like to emphasize that despite popular belief, the person who gets shunned is not cut off entirely, typically. The community still converses with them and gives them help where absolutely necessary. Although the exact procedures vary, they were different among different Amish sects, shunning is widely considered key to maintaining the integrity of the church. So the Amish live in close-knit communities where each member relies heavily on social support from its members. So because of this, being shunned can take a massive toll on a person. It's difficult for someone to survive without the support they've grown up with. And shunning can make it nearly impossible for them to earn a living. So in a way, it's a form of shaming. If somebody has done something wrong, it's a way to get them to ask for forgiveness and come back and change their ways. Now, I did say that there are different levels of shunning, and again, it depends on the Amish sect. You're going to go, you're more old order Amish, you're more traditional Amish, are probably a little bit harsher than your new order Amish are, and just like with everything else. So what are some reasons that a person might get shunned? Basically, if an Amish member does something that is against the Bible and considered a sin, then they will most likely be shunned. So sins like fornication, adultery, stealing, lying, or anything along those lines would all be worthy of shunning. This is to discourage them from committing the same sin again. So that's more like a punishment of being shamed. So that shunning may take place for like up to 6 weeks. And then afterwards, if they come back, they repent, then they're forgiven and they can return to their life. It isn't something that has to happen frequently because most people, when they do fall away or commit a sin, then they want to come back and ask for forgiveness and change their ways. Then a shunning per se is not necessary. Another reason to be shunned is maybe a member wants to leave the Amish community and go to another church. And again, it depends on the different groups. Some communities may find it acceptable. If you're leaving and you want to join another like-minded church, no problem, no shunning needed. However, if you're leaving and maybe leaving to go to another church that's outside the Amish community, then they possibly would shun that person. Now, every Amish community has a set of rules that they follow, and they actually get together twice a year to discuss the rules, and that people are allowed to bring up ideas to change them. It's very interesting, though, that they usually don't change a lot of the rules. They're pretty happy living the life that they have with those rules. But if a person happens to not follow them, and it could be simple things like not wearing the clothes that they're supposed to wear, or participating in the proper recreational activities, or maybe using technology, or even Amish bedroom practices and customs. So if they break those rules, then those are reasons that they could be shunned. An Amish person may be shunned because they want to run for government. They are not allowed to participate in politics or run for government, and that would be a reason to be shunned. They may try to marry the wrong person, somebody who's not accepted as part of the Amish church. Maybe getting a divorce, that's frowned upon. And again, every situation is taken into its own context and a decision's made, but these are some reasons people have been shunned. One question many of you may have is, can a person be shunned if they don't join the church? And the answer is no. You can only be shunned if you're a member of the Amish community. So therefore, if you never joined in the first place, then you can't be shunned. So the answer to the question, do Amish practice shunning today? They do, but it doesn't happen very often, and it's not as severe as it might have been back when it started. They do practice forgiveness, and it's just to help a person to change their ways and to repent and to follow God in the Bible.